Don't know what's happening there. Anyway, it's been a minute, so I'm going to start. So, hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and welcome to Friday Night Live, where I'm going to give you an update on what's been happening this week in the influencer world in Australia, and also I'm going to answer all of your questions. So, the first story I've got here is the most recent one. So, Kerri Gribble, I'm sure everyone has seen this all over the internet. It's been pretty viral. So, Kerri Gribble. Okay, let me get my notes here because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So somebody asked Kerri, advice for feeling lost in life. I'm 23 and feel like I'm so far behind for people my age. And her response to this person asking this question was that she is 23 and feels the same too. Her and her boyfriend own 4 houses and they're about to buy their 5th, and they live a pretty financially free lifestyle, but she also feels that she is behind and that it's just human nature. So everybody has slammed Kerri, saying that this response was very tone deaf given the current economy, given that the poor girl who was asking for life advice saying that she feels behind now is going to feel even more behind. And it's just quite tone deaf, apparently. My feelings on this one is that it reminds me a lot of Sky Wheatley. Like, I feel Kerri means well, but she just sort of has that ditzy quality about her, unfortunately. And I feel like also the answer that she gave, it feels like she wrote the answer first. Like, it feels like she wanted to talk about her houses and she thought, I'm going to write this answer and look for a question that I could put this answer to. So that's why it sort of didn't really fit the question, but I don't know. She hasn't really got a very good feedback on that one, but it is pretty cool that for 23 she owns 5 houses. I mean, financially, go girl. Like, I find influencers often get sort of bagged out for not using their money for investing, but then when they do talk about investing, they get slammed. So it's kind of a catch-22 for them. The second update I'm going to talk about this week is Lucy and Nikki from Happy Hour Podcast. They have announced quite a few things this week. So they're back with their podcast. They're also releasing a radio show. So my subscribers would know that because I got a bit of inside information about a week ago that they're going to be doing a Saturday night radio show. And my prediction for that one is it's going to be sort of like a pre-drinks with Lucy and Nikki on Saturday night. So maybe when you're pre-drinking before you go out, you'll listen to their radio show. And yeah, I think that would be a really cool fit for them. And also on their first episode back, they dropped a lot of juicy gossip. So that was very cool. I loved the episode. So from the 25-minute mark, if you do want to listen, they addressed the rumours about them leaving the Spin Studio, which is owned by Sam and Courtney Mangan, or maybe they just work there, but Sam definitely owns it. But there were people saying, is there tea? Why did they leave? But they've said that no, they still love Courtney. They love all of the team, but Listener have offered them some really good opportunities. They also responded to Megan Pistetto from So Dramatic. So she released an episode, again, this was in my subscription, but she released an episode a few weeks ago saying that Lucy was unkind to her at an event. I'll say it that way. And Lucy has said that that is untrue, but then said that Megan Pistetto's surname sounds like a Dally Ham, which I thought was quite a bitchy comment. I loved it. It was quite funny, but it was quite bitchy. Sorry. What I mean is I don't love it as in I don't agree. I just mean that I just loved hearing them just be bitchy about all these gossip things for 30 minutes. It was very good listening. Another rumour they addressed was that Jagger and Stone, their clothing brand, is going broke. So they said that that is untrue and that they've had their strongest January since they launched the brand. And they also said that they're mind boggled that people care about this sort of gossip. So I thought that was kind of a bit gaslighting in a way. They're talking about it because they know we care, and also they want us to care because it's their clothing brand. If we didn't care about them, they wouldn't have an influencer career. I just thought that was a bit ironic. Another rumour they addressed was that Lucy and Ollie do not get along. So that is one that I've posted about quite a bit. I've heard that they don't get along. So Lucy said that they did have a rocky start, but they now get along great. So I guess she was sort of confirming that, yes, that did happen for a while. And it's kind of weird because Lucy and Ollie were friends for a very long time before Ollie and Nikki started dating. So yeah, it's a bit interesting that they were rocky when Ollie and Nikki started dating. And then the final rumour that they addressed was about Lily Brown the falling out that they've had with her. So they thought that they were at a good point in their relationship with with Lily. And then Lily brought out a podcast talking about their relationship, and that, she was crying in the podcast and saying, it's really horrible what happened. And Lucy Nikki was saying that they were shocked. Like, they didn't realise it was about them until they listened to it, and they were like, oh, this is about us. And they also said that they will never go into it. So that was a very good podcast to listen to. And if you want to know more, I suppose you should listen to it, because there's a lot more information than what I just summarised. And then, of course, the third update for the week is the horrible, horrible news about Veruca Salt. So, as you've all probably heard, she did lose her 6-week-old baby this week. So she posted a story on her Instagram, just a story post of text. And she mentioned that, his death was unexplained, the cause of that one. And obviously she's getting like an autopsy and things, and sort of just left it at that. So I did repost that, and everybody was very upset that I reposted it. But I have explained to my subscribers in great detail why I decided to post that. So I'll leave that on my subscription thing. But also, this is worldwide news. This is probably definitely the worst story I've ever come across in influencers since I started doing this over 3 years ago. It's the most horrible, sad story, but it is also the biggest story. Like, it is worldwide news. Veruca is posting multiple times a day on her TikTok about it. The video she posted prior to her announcement, as well as straight after her announcement, have over 40 million views. Like, this is a huge, huge story that people are wanting to know more about. Like, this is so horrible for her, and they're wanting to know, and people are wanting to support her, of course. Michael Finch, so he posted a story this week showing his support, like a tribute towards her baby. Veruca has also been posting daily on her Instagram. Like, she showed herself looking through a booklet for coffins, which was really, really heartbreaking. And yeah, I think that it's just really horrible, and it's really shedding a light onto really serious situations that can happen in infants. A lot of people are assuming SIDS, which she has not mentioned that the cause of death was SIDS. So I think that we need to not speculate on that. There's been so much speculation on TikTok. Heaps of people are making videos, and we kind of just need to wait for the cause. If people do want to know, like, we don't need to know. Maybe she won't share that, but she does seem to be sharing every detail that she knows. So yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens with that one. Anyway, I will go through the comments now and see what people are asking. Someone had a Turkish pide for dinner. That sounds good. I don't actually know what that is, but anything Turkish sounds good. It's obviously a lot of haters commenting in my comment section saying that I should delete the Veruca post. Yeah, so with Carrie Gribble, she is the person who called Mikaela Testa fat in the past. She did a drunken Snapchat one night, and she ended up saying it was meant to be for close friends, but she accidentally posted it publicly. And she was at a White Fox event and had seen Mikaela Testa in person for the first time, and was telling one of her friends, oh my gosh, Mikaela Testa is fat, which Mikaela Testa is absolutely not fat in any way. And that was Kerri's sort of first catapult into the influencer fame, I guess. This is so random, but what do you use on your hair? It looks so pretty and healthy. I don't even know. I just use like whatever shampoo and conditioner is cheap. I think I've got like Pantene. I don't know. That's pretty much all I use. And then I use like a Pantene spray to brush it to make it not knotty. But I do have quite oily hair and oily skin, so that probably helps as well. Someone's writing here that they heard Veruca may be suing me. Has she sent me anything? No, Veruca is not suing me for sharing the information that she shared to her 300,000 followers. And she is also not suing the multiple news outlets that also shared that story. Mind you, publications like the Daily Mail, they also posted her suburb that she lives in, as well as her full legal name. And no, they're not being sued either, I imagine. Sorry, just reading through the comments, looking for questions that I know the answers to. Lots about Veruca, obviously. People asking if I interact with the chat. Yes, this is me interacting with the chat. Someone's posted about a toxic fire in Perth. I wonder if that had anything to do with influencers. Maybe if you could please DM me after this, because I would like to know what that is. Thank you. Someone is asking if this is my full-time job. No, it is not my full-time job. The only thing I make money off is the subscription, so I don't do any ads or anything. So all the public content, that is not stuff I make money off. I do not make money off these lives either, unless people sign up for the subscription, of course, but again, that's separately. And someone's asking how much it costs, so that is $4.49 per month, and I post daily updates to stories. Something that a lot of people really enjoy on the subscription, I get a lot of good feedback, is I do podcast summaries. So, influencers will release like a 45-minute podcast, like the Lucy and Nikki one. That was over an hour, that podcast. And then I'll listen to it, and I'll go into my subscribers and I'll post a summary of like the best bits from that podcast. People really like that because then they don't have to listen to it. Or maybe it like entices them to listen to it because they're like, oh, that was a good little summary. I want to hear more. Have you heard any more about Olivia Molly Rogers and Tweedy? I have kind of. I've heard that Olivia Molly Rogers was overheard at a wedding saying that she has a new boyfriend. Unverified, of course. This was just hearsay. And yeah, I did hear previously that she was like going on dates with somebody in Perth. I heard that she went on dates with this Tweedy guy when she was overseas, but I don't believe that that is her boyfriend. How do you pay for the subscription? So in my biography, like my Instagram biography, there is a subscription button where you just click on that one and then it just goes through all the prompts to subscribe. What's the latest on Emmylou? Oh, interesting. I do have an update on her. I actually have forgotten to post this to subscribers, so this is a bit of an exclusive. I was on her live the other night watching, just because I'd never watched one before, and heaps of people were asking about Zoe Moss. They were just wanting to know, like, she's sold it, or no, she's exited Zoe Moss. And people were saying, like, who are the current owners? Like, did you sell it or did you just leave? Like, people were genuinely wanting to know questions. Like, I imagine they were fans of hers and wanting to know these things. And then she was not addressing any of the Zoe Moss comments, which I found very interesting. Like, I thought that would be something she would want to talk about. And also, I then saw on, like, maybe the Outspoken Podcast Facebook group, I think it was, how somebody was saying that they asked about Zoe Moss on the live and they got blocked. So it seems like something suspicious is going on there, but I'm not sure what it is. Emmylou has been trying hard to make it on TikTok. Ooh, I'll have to go follow her TikTok, actually. Did anyone else see her drunken live the other night? I think that's what I was watching, because she was cooking dinner and it was like 10 p.m. It was like I was about to fall asleep. Do you like Ashy and Keiara's podcast? Yes, I do. I find that, I don't listen to every episode. I just listen to ones that are sort of more about themselves. Like, I don't care to listen to them talking about like self-help and things, but I like when they talk about their own lives, and I find that they do often give some information that has not been said before. I feel that they do go quite deep with their secrets, I guess, so that's pretty interesting to listen to. What happened with Sam Guggs? So Sam Guggenheimer, she did a 8-minute TikTok video last night, and I think that's also been all over the updates pages. Basically, it could have been summed up in about 30 seconds. She was just addressing a whole heap of rumours that go around, like that Caleb and her cheated on each other, and she said that that's not true, but she has said this before on her podcast. And she was saying how her and Sofa Dofa aren't friends anymore, but both of them have said that many times, so I don't really think it was anything new. She did talk about rumours about Izzy being an alcoholic, and she said that's not true, but I'd actually never heard that rumour. And there was one other rumour, this about her dog. She got a kitten. I think she got a kitten, and she was saying that it died of liver disease, and then she got another kitten, and people were saying, oh, that's so mean to just get another kitten straight away, like you've just replaced it. And she's like, well, I wanted to get another kitten, and I love both kittens. Like, I thought that was totally fair for her to get another kitten. But yeah, that was sort of about it, really. I love Martha Kalifatidis, but does anyone get sick of the massive stories she bulk posts? It's so frustrating tapping through them all. I haven't heard that, but I have heard that people get frustrated that pretty much everything she posts is an ad. But I think that has changed a little bit lately. She did go off socials for a month over New Year's, and then she came back and what she posted wasn't an ad. But yeah, people do get sick of watching so many ads. Have you listened to MAFS Olivia's new podcast? Thoughts on it? No. So Olivia Frazer, one of the villains from an old season of MAFS, her and Dominica, they, always were fighting. And then Olivia has gone on to be an OnlyFans model. I have not listened to their new podcast. I'm really not interested in it. I'm just not overly interested in ex-MAFS contestants. If someone wants to tell me what it was about, then maybe I'd be tempted to listen if it sounded good. But yeah, I'm just finding I've got a bit of podcast fatigue, I think. Like, there's just so many podcasts now. You've really got to do something to make people want to listen. Why is Tammy Hembrow always leaving her kids on the weekends to fly away with her fiance? I don't know. I don't know them personally. I mean, I think that the older two, Wolf and Saskia, I think they spend time with their grandparents, so Reese's parents, like she's mentioned that before. They probably also spend time with Tammy's parents and their cousins and things. I'm sure they're very well looked after, but it also is really crap that she has to be in a long distance relationship temporarily. Hopefully that will change soon. There hasn't been any talk about that on any podcast that I know of, but yeah, it'd be good if they could live in the same state at least. What was the Steph, Claire Smith and Josh podcast like? Did they address the rumours about people thinking they were splitting? I don't know if the episode's come out yet. I haven't checked today, but I haven't heard. But I know that they are definitely going to do an episode because Steph was asking for people to send in questions. I'm still reading quite a lot of comments about Veruca. So yeah, if I'm not here to be liked, I'm not creating this account so that people like me. If you don't like me, just unfollow me, block me even. I don't mind. It's totally fine. You can do that. Gracie Piscopo update. So there was an update this week about Andre. There was a article online on WA Today, and it gave a lot of details about the case. So a lot of details that I haven't seen publicly published before, so maybe have a Google of that one if you are interested. How did Veruca become an influencer? I'm a new follower of hers. I think that I know that she was an OnlyFans person, maybe still is. But yeah, I'm not actually sure. I think that she used to fight with people online all the time, maybe that Peach PRC person. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, she is good friends with Michael Finch. Someone else has written that. I can't even get through all the comments tonight. There's so many people on here. Thank you for all joining. I'm just trying to get through them all because it's been 20 minutes and I do like to keep it to 20 minutes. Oh, someone here is saying that the Olivia from MAFS podcast is terrible in my opinion, but I mean, I'd like to know what it's about. I suppose it could also be quite unprofessional, if the sound quality is not good, maybe it's terrible in that way. Yeah, someone's saying they can't wait to see Tammy Hembrow's Vera Wang wedding dress. I'm the same. I can't wait to see the whole wedding. Oh, heaps about Tammy and her wedding dress, actually. That's a really hot topic tonight. Lots about Emmylou, as per always. It's really interesting. She's very popular. Oh, I think I'm caught up at the bottom here. Yes, I enjoyed following you up until this week. This week you just turned to be like every other gossip page. I disagree, but thanks for the feedback anyway. And yeah. All right, well, yeah, that's been 20 minutes. So thank you everybody so much for joining. If you do have any questions that I didn't answer tonight, please send me a DM. And if you want to subscribe, as I said, there's a link in my bio. You hit the subscribe button. And also, I haven't said this on live before, but once you lock in your subscription, that's the price you will pay for the rest of your lifetime subscription. So if I ever put the price up to say $7.99, for example, which is the next step, you'd be locking it in at $4.49. So I'm not going to put it up yet, but just so you know, same like if you did subscribe at the introduction week price, that will be the price you'll pay forever. All right, well, yeah, again, thank you for joining, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.